Hello, everyone. Welcome to Celsius 233, your go-to place for fiction book summaries. Today we will unravel the story within Shirley by Charlotte Brontë. Shirley by Charlotte Brontë is a historical novel published in 1849, offering a vivid portrayal of the economic struggles and social tensions of early 19th century England. Set during the Napoleonic Wars and framed by the aftermath of the Industrial Revolution, it explores themes of class conflict, the role of women, and the complexities of human relationships. The story centers around two contrasting female protagonists, Caroline Helstone and Shirley Keeldar, and their interactions with the industrialist Robert Moore, whose decisions impact the lives of the working class and the gentry alike. Plot summary. In the early 19th century, the village of Briarfield is stirred by unrest, as the Industrial Revolution disrupts the lives of the working class. Factories and mills sprout across England, and mechanization begins replacing human labor. Robert Moore, a pragmatic and determined mill owner, is at the center of this upheaval. His mill, Hollow's Mill, struggles as the economy falters due to the Napoleonic Wars, and his ambitions of installing new machinery to save his business inflame the local workers. Fearing they will lose their livelihoods, the workers rally in secret, plotting to destroy the machines that threaten their way of life. Moore, unsentimental and firm in his resolve, refuses to yield to their demands. As Robert faces threats to his business, a quiet love blossoms in the shadows. His cousin, Caroline Helstone, lives in the parsonage with her uncle, the stern and authoritarian Reverend Helstone. Caroline, a gentle and introspective young woman, harbors deep, unspoken affection for Robert. However, her feelings remain unreciprocated, as Robert is consumed by his financial struggles and the pressures of industrial advancement. Caroline's days are filled with quiet suffering, as she watches the man she loves face mounting opposition from the angry workers. Her loneliness deepens when her uncle discourages her from spending time with Robert, suspecting that her love may lead her down a path of disappointment. In the midst of this tension, Shirley Keeldar arrives like a fresh wind blowing through Briarfield. Shirley, an heiress of considerable wealth, inherits a large estate and takes control of her own affairs. She is everything Caroline is not: strong-willed, independent, and fearless in expressing her opinions. Her wealth gives her the freedom to defy societal expectations of women, and she swiftly becomes a benefactor to Robert's mill, lending him financial support to purchase the machinery he so desperately needs. Despite Shirley's headstrong nature, she and Caroline form a deep and affectionate friendship, each admiring the other's qualities. However, Shirley's connection to Robert causes Caroline further heartache, as she fears her vivacious friend might win the heart of the man she loves. The tension in Briarfield intensifies as the workers, led by desperate voices, begin to act. Robert's decision to install the new machinery becomes a lightning rod for the discontented masses. One night, the rebellion escalates into violence. The frame-breaking Luddites, emboldened by their poverty and anger, attack Robert's mill. Robert defends his livelihood with cold determination, but the workers' destructive force is overwhelming. Amidst the chaos, Caroline watches from the sidelines, her heart heavy with concern for Robert's safety. As the conflict brews, so too do the quiet emotions that swirl beneath the surface. Robert, though appearing resolute and distant, is not immune to the affections of those around him. While his ambitions push him toward success, he begins to see Caroline in a new light. Her quiet strength and unwavering support stand in stark contrast to the chaos around him. Yet, his pride and the gulf between their social standings keep him from acting on his newfound feelings. Shirley, meanwhile, faces her own emotional turmoil. Despite her fierce independence, she finds herself drawn to Louis Gerard Moore, Robert's reserved brother. Louis works as Shirley's tutor, a man of quiet intellect who conceals his growing love for her. Shirley, always in control, is unprepared for the power of these feelings. Though she holds the upper hand in every other aspect of her life, love humbles her, leaving her uncertain and vulnerable. Louis, acutely aware of the difference in their social stations, holds back, knowing that his position as a mere tutor places him far beneath her. As winter descends on Briarfield, so too does a sickness upon Caroline. Her unrequited love and growing isolation take a toll on her health. She withers under the weight of her emotions, her bright spirit dimming. Fearing that she may never see Robert return her feelings, she withdraws from life, even as those around her begin to worry for her well-being. Her uncle, Reverend Helstone, though cold and often unfeeling, finally takes notice of her decline. But it is Shirley who steps in to nurse her friend back to health, offering her the companionship she so desperately needs. Robert's fortunes take a final turn when his business prospects are revived by government contracts to supply cloth for military uniforms. The war that had once crippled his business now becomes his salvation. With renewed financial security, Robert begins to look beyond his ambitions and sees Caroline with new clarity. He realizes that it is not Shirley who holds his heart, but Caroline, the woman who has quietly loved him through all his trials. In a moment of reconciliation, he confesses his feelings to her, and Caroline, though weak from her illness, feels her heart lift with hope for the first time. Meanwhile, Shirley and Louis finally confront their feelings for each other. Shirley, ever proud, lowers her defenses, admitting her love for Louis, despite their difference in status. Louis, in turn, reveals his own affections, and the two find a mutual respect and love that transcends the barriers of class. Their union is one of intellect and spirit, a meeting of minds that defies the societal expectations that had once separated them. In the end, the fires of industrial unrest die down, and peace returns to Briarfield. The workers, though still struggling, are no longer consumed by rebellion, and Robert's mill continues to operate, though now with a renewed sense of responsibility toward those whose lives it affects. Robert and Caroline's love blossoms, and their future together offers a promise of happiness built on mutual respect and understanding. Shirley and Louis, too, find a balance between independence and love, forging a path that allows them to live as equals. In the quiet of the countryside, amidst the mills and estates, the bonds of love and friendship endure, weathering the storms of change and uncertainty. Each character, in their own way, finds solace and strength in those they love, and the future, though still uncertain, shines with the possibility of hope. That's it for today, but if you're looking for more great reads, dive into other books by Charlotte Brontë. Details are in the description or on Celsius 233. Remember, while our summaries capture the essence, they can never replace the full experience of reading the book. If this summary intrigued you, consider diving into the complete story, buy the book, and immerse yourself in Charlotte Brontë's original work. Bye-bye, take care, have fun.